Hello, Blue Boots. It's been a couple of days since I made a video, so I thought I would just jump in quick. I'm expecting to get back in the groove in the next few days, but here's a little something to look at. Today we are going to go check out my creative world, where I do a lot of my preparation and stuff for things that I build in my survival. Um, Dad's lab, obviously. It's just a super flat world. I mean, as far as I recall, with nothing really turned on. It's got trees. That's what it has, and the trees were kind of an accident. So here are a few of my projects. You can see that I was initially hoping to test out a doorbell system. That's what attracted me to this. I checked out a couple of YouTube videos just to get the basics, and doorbell not tricky. It's a pretty nice one. And here's another one that I saw a demo for. It's not to my taste. Jeffrey really likes it, because it's a little longer than the one that I use, but it's a little too fancy for me. I don't care for it. Michaela has actually mocked up. You can see if you go down through there, there's wiring and whatnot. She has it all wired. This is a prototype that she made for me. But in the end, that's not what I decided to go with. Yeah, she did that probably because she saw that I had made this. I was imagining how it would go laying this out in MBG. I thought, the doors here. So, alright, the door's there, and right here will be the, because I didn't want it to operate the door, so I couldn't put the button right next to it. And in fact, it does work this way. So, I mocked up my downstairs. Got a clear idea of where that would be. Although this is wrong, that would be there, and yeah. It's not actually straight. Anyways, it was just a demo type thing. This water feature needed to be put in so that I would know to leave at least a block of air and then a solid block between the water and the note boxes. And yeah, I have it all set up and mocked up to where you hit the button and that redstone on top of this block will light up and carry it down here, and it is super duper not tricky. It's pretty much the exact same setup as that, so yeah, doorbell accomplished. The next thing was I had seen an awesome video of the type where somebody, like a multiplayer trap, where you set up a block of diamond and then somebody mines it, and oh my gosh, as soon as you mine it, ba-boom, a bunch of arrows in the face. I started to set that up here, and in fact, this whole setup here contains the rapid pulser and the dispenser, which power that. Here is an example of a pulser that I built while I was working on that, just to learn how the initial setup works. And you can see that it's got a total of a 3-tick delay, 1 tick for that torch, and this is a repeater set to a 2-tick delay. And if I take off this little inhibitor type torch, it will pulse in a 3-tick cycle, and that will keep going indefinitely without burning out. That's the shortest pulser or clock that you can make in Minecraft that will not burn out. If I do set this to 2 ticks, it goes a little faster for a while, but the torch is then going to burn out. So, stable pulser, 3 ticks. Used to be, I understand that the fastest you could go was a 5-tick. Now 3. So this works by you really. We went for speed over stability with this. If you're not going to kill the guy with the first 7 or 8 arrows, I don't think you're going to kill him at all. So if you take this out, you will get the face full of arrows, and then you heard the torch burn out. Collect the arrows. Okay, sometimes when it burns out, it doesn't stick. just for safety purposes, maybe I put this back up and work from the side. I guess I don't actually have to put this back together, but I'm going to. Torch. Put the arrows back in. And yeah, that's the way that works. There is a pulsar setup. Pulsar setup here, just like I have on the ground over there. It's set to only 2 ticks. Torch and then the repeater on 1. And you can see the little inhibitor line coming from that. And yeah, then I don't know why this isn't shorter. I could easily have advanced this one. I guess then it wouldn't point straight into the dispenser, so maybe I couldn't have. Yeah, that keeps that off. When you break the block, torch drops and it's not off, and then it pulses through this, boom, 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 and you get about 8 shots out of it before the torch burns out. Sorry if that wasn't really a too much of a tutorial for somebody who has not seen that before. But that is how that works. What I talked about the doorbells, talked about the house. This, I talked about that. Alright, this, I have no idea what this is. It's some kind of work of Michaela's that I did not get into. Over here, I have a building I built. And it, well, this will actually dispenses free chickens. If you push that button, that will activate this dispenser, which will, with a three tick pulsar, rapidly dispense chickens because it's full of chicken eggs. And yeah, you'll notice that there's no pressure plate on the inside, so you will be stuck in there with the chickens. And I think I figured out I was going to dispense like 476 of them. Last time I did the math, 400 and some anyway. So that will quickly get annoying and probably ruin your frame rate. And of course the simple solution as we're in creative is to just beat the door down and walk out. But I actually created a copy of this world, copied the actual file and set that up and named the world Free Chickens. And I suckered the kids pretty good. They were unhappy with me. I have in here the whole setup. Oh, that's part of the system is my... I have not seen it anywhere else anyway. Part of the system is my design for turning a button into a lever. It's a button press latch type thing. And so let me set one of those up for you right now. That was part of what I wanted to do, was to show you how to make one of those. You're going to start with... what am I going to need? I need a button. Button. And we'll just use a wooden button because I don't think it matters all that much. And then you'll be able to see it against the stone. So, button. Alright. Redstone wire. And what you have to do is you're going to turn this into... you're going to take it from a pulsed power source to a permanent power source. Thereby, you need a permanent power source. Okay. Fine. There's a permanent power source. So, what you're going to do is wire this up so that it... I don't have a piston. Give me a piston. Regular piston is fine. You do not need a sticky piston for this. I guess you'd have to have... No, the way I have it set up, you just need a piston. I don't need that sign. Alright. Yeah, two regular pistons. No sticky piston. And what you're going to do then is you've got a block powered by the torch. That is powered by that torch, right? I'm sure it is. You got a block powered by the torch, and you're going to set up your piston. Nope. Come on. And one over there. So currently it's powered. Okay. Then you run this to here. And when you push the button, it moves the block, yeah? Yeah. We'll set up wire leading away from this. And where's a glowstone lamp? Give me that. I'll put it where the dispenser is. there. And we'll put this here with that on top. And yeah, not lit. As you can see, however, when the block is in position, I forgot how this works, and that doesn't do it. Alright, we'll do it the other way. If you put a torch under here, that will pass power up through. I'm just being a doofus. Alright. And then if the block gets pushed, however, light goes off. Well, what we want is something that's going to push the block back over when we press the button again. That gets sort of tricky. I guess... Oh god, you really could do the whole thing with one sticky piston. Oh god, how embarrassing. Well, that's not what I set up anyway, so we are going to do it the other way. We're just going to assume you don't have access to a supply of slime balls, I guess. Because I was super proud of the design I worked out, and you're going to get to see it one way or the other. Alright. What you need is to hook this up through an AND gate, such that if it's already powered, it's going to turn it off, and if it's not already powered, it's going to turn it on. Okay? Okay. Thus, we... What did I say? AND gate. We need an AND gate. Do-do-do. No, that's stupid. That's not going to work right now. I want it like this. That's also stupid. Why didn't I prep for this better? Okay. Yeah. Duh. I want it right here. There's that. There's that. And this currently is powering that. Redstone line. Okay. Gonna have to move this back. So, if that's on, this is suppressed. Okay. Why is that just permanently on? That doesn't work for me. Oh, duh. Yeah, finish the AND gate. I'm stupid. Alright. If this is on, that torch is off. Thus, when the pulse comes through, that torch goes off, and the pulse goes through the AND gate and powers that. Now let's get our AND gate on this side. What did I do? 2 off of it. Alright. AND gate. Torch. Torch. Intelligently, first redstone wire, then torch. And you see, with power passed up through the block, now this is powered and that side of it's off. So already, there you go. And it doesn't matter if you use a wood or a stone button here, because the instant that the piston extends, the power is cut off, and thus the AND gate's cut off. So, it doesn't matter the length of the pulse generated by the button. We're going to wire this side up to this AND gate. However, for the other side, we are going to have to send it through an inverter, because we want this to be off when the power's off. So, quick inverter. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Torch. It's not going to matter if I hook that up. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, must be the weather lately. Alright, so, oh, and here, that's the other thing I like to do. We'll make a cutesy glowstone so that you can see it working. That is not glowstone. Sorry. Trouble with my mouse wheel lately. And actually, I don't even like the glowstone, because sometimes I have trouble seeing that from a ways away. I like to use a piston. Then I can hear it, as well as see it. So, piston open, piston closed. Uh-oh. That's right. the inverter introduces a delay. That's an issue. So what I got to do is we need the repeater. Maybe I need the repeater here. Set that to max delay and see how it works. No, that's not what I need at all. What is the problem? That gets pushed across. What am I missing? Why is this undesirable pulse happening at all? Okay. When I push the button, pushes it across. Oh, because this pulse is too long. Oh, stupid. Annoying. My fault. Alright, what if I just put another max delay repeater right there? Will that band-aid it? No, it will not. Alright, what if I do something intelligent and I switch to a stone button? Maybe it does matter for this purpose what type of button you have. Yep, exactly. The pulse being sent to this side of this AND gate was too long. Alright, and then I push it again, and yeah, it gets turned back on. Piston off, piston on. Alright, and then the other thing that you can do, get this out of here, is we will wire this up to, what do you call that? We will wire this up to a suppressor type deal, and we will put thingy. I'm forgetting the names of everything. We will put a pulsar on it. So, and what did I say was the slowest stable, or the fastest stable pulsar? It's a 3 pulsar. There we go. 3-tick pulsar, and on this side, we put the fabulous piston. No. There we go. And boom. There's that. So now, through this entire weird spread out assemblage, when it's on, the piston pulses. It's so far away from it you can't even hear it. There. The piston pulses. And when it's off, the piston does not pulse. Chunk chunk. Chunk chunk. There we go. What is this useful for? Well, for one thing, it's what allowed me to build the chicken dispenser. You know, I tightened this up a lot. I mean, honestly, we can eliminate a lot of unnecessary redstone and dimensions here. You know, this can all be moved over one complete move, I think. And that can be brought in. This doesn't need to be out here like this. In fact, I think maybe what I did was I put the AND gates here, you know, and just ran a line over to there, and similarly with that, I put this smack in the middle and ran lines straight out the side. You know, it's, oh, that would be weird. What if I made like a joint AND gate with, you know, like torch, wire, torch, and then I put the button right there? That would be cool. I might be able to tighten that design up even more, because I'm sure I didn't do that. And yeah, you know, a lot of this is condensed, and actually the pulsar is backwards on top of it so that it wraps back toward the button, and you end up with this. Let's rip the whole side off. Just walk in and take a look, because I didn't hang anything on the wall here, so it's not an issue to break it. Okay, I hung a torch for visibility. The button is on the other side of this wood block. It's a stone button. The wood block gives it a nice contrast for visibility. And when it lights up, it lights up this wire. That passes down underneath, and This is worthless, right? Yeah. And it passes through. Actually, we're going to move this. It doesn't matter about being here. Right. Push the button. This lights up, passes down through here, and it goes to either, the AND gate on either side. Okay. This is a really compacted version to fit inside this space. I know it looks like a lot of space, but for these purposes, it's not that much. So here's the AND gate, and underneath, is a torch, as you'd expect, and that torch powers the piston, or doesn't. And the same on this side. There's a torch under there. Here's the stable power source right in the middle, and there's the block that gets passed back and forth. Of course, the power outputs, this is a steady output whenever the block is over the hole. Comes across here, and it suppresses this torch or not. This torch comes up here and passes power into this block. This repeater pulls that power out, passes it into this block, and this block suppresses this torch. Currently, obviously with the power off, the torch is, because of this inverter, suppressed. When it's not suppressed, it will pass power to this block, which takes it through this loop, and back into this block, which makes this torch part of the loop. Here comes the suppressor. It's off, but it's passed through an inverter. So while it's off, this repeater is suppressed. As you can see, this is a 2-tick repeater, or not 2, 3. Yeah, repeater set to 2 ticks, so it's a 3-tick pulsar. And yeah, when it fires off, this repeater set to a 1-tick delay. God only knows why. I have no idea why I didn't just pass wire through there. Why didn't I just pass wire through there? Whatever. Then that powers the block above the dispenser. Is that right? How on earth does this even work? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. It powers the block above the dispenser, which powers the dispenser. Why? I have no idea why I did this exact... Oh, yes, I do. I had to get these up high. You see they're slabs. I had to get them up high so that they wouldn't affect the pistons underneath. That's why I had to work that way. Okay, so... yeah, that's what it is in a nutshell. If you followed my previous example of how to do the button latch, that's this entire system here, and then it's wired through a pulsar, through this inverter up to the pulsar that sits there, and then it passes through to the dispenser. So rather than the face full of arrows that you might otherwise ordinarily get, you will get the patented face full of chickens, which is, I think, all anybody ever needs is to get a face full of chickens once, and they know whether they like it. And probably the answer, I got to assume, is no. So, nope. There, put that right back how it was, because I forget whether it's important or not. So we will just let it be. No reason I shouldn't be able to fill this in. Okay. And I will put the side of this back on so that the kids are not bemused when they see it. And yeah, that has been pretty much my explanation of my dad's lab and the projects contained therein. I hope you enjoyed the video. I am going to have another video for you, I hope tomorrow or maybe the next day. And yeah, with that said, thanks for watching, and oh, don't tell me I have a whole torn apart version of this over here and I didn't have to rip the wall off. Alright, with that said, I'm a moron. Wow. Yeah, no need to have ripped the wall off. Here is everything without the shell. Okay, well, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.